Welcome to another Cyber Yoga episode, and today's video is about why I follow Jesus Christ and not the church. I know this may be triggering for a lot of people that's in the faith that follow Christianity. I am a Christian, I guess, still on the path, but the reasons why I chose to make this video, because I felt there's a lot of controversy around this and around what I've received in my spiritual journeys, what I've received from my heart, and then what I am feeling and what I am seeing in this 3D matrix reality around the message of church. So for me, I grew up somewhat Christian. I kind of was around a lot of Christianity. To be honest, I never liked going to church. I didn't really feel it. Never felt it. Never felt it. I never felt this peace and this bliss and this understanding. But of course, I was a kid and my heart was most likely very closed. I was still on my walk. But it wasn't until my deep spiritual journeys, the deep dives, the ayahuascas and the psilocybin and the wachuma and the sass. I'm not saying it's the way to go, because I know the Bible prohibits plant medicine. But for me, just being transparent, it was what actually brought me closer to God. It brought me closer to God, and it helped me understand the teachings and the frequency of what Jesus stood for. So that's why I made this video, because I've been doing a lot of studying, a lot of research around it, and I know it's a very heavy topic. There's a lot of division and a lot of anger and hate around this topic. So for me, I just made a video about Billy Carson, and Wes Huff. And I received a lot of negative comments from Christians, a lot of very nasty comments. And to me, it kind of reinforces the reason why I never really liked the church, because I felt a lot of judgment. I felt a lot of judgment. I felt a lot of bitterness and anger and rage. So for me, what I've experienced when I did my spiritual journeys and my teachings, not my teachings, but my deep dives into plant medicine, usually the message that I always understood, that unconditional love is the answer to everything. Love is the answer to everything. Love, kindness, compassion, patience, forgiving, all those things is what I understood. I just felt it. I just understood that this is the way. No one had to tell me. I didn't have to read a Bible. I didn't have to listen to a preacher. I believe the medicine opened me up to the point where I just felt this unconditional, beautiful vastness, never-ending comprehension of love. And then I understood, it hit me. I was like, oh, this is what Jesus stood for. The Jesus that I understood in the journeys and the medicine, that his message was very simple. He was to be like me, to share love, to be the love. He didn't necessarily say to follow me. He said to be like me. And I truly believe the message that I receive is that the kingdom of heaven and God is within you, not out. It's within you. And this is what I understood. This is what I felt. And so around the church, when I got those messages from the Christians, not all, but most of them were defending Wes Huff, there was a lot of judgment and a lot of bitterness and a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of blame, and not a lot of love, not a lot of compassion for Billy. So I was, did more, sorry about the train. So I started digging, started doing more research, and I came across this channel. I forgot the guy's name, but it really resonated with me that And this is what I believe, and this is what I feel is true. I may be wrong, but this is where I am right now, my spiritual path and my walk with Jesus, is that Jesus simply was love. And he was killed because he was very advanced at that time, in my opinion. The unconditional love and kindness and compassion was probably very advanced at that time. So I believe that Jesus was very advanced. And usually when someone's advanced or different or creating a lot of buzz and division within the matrix, they're going to be tortured. They're going to be shut down. And I believe that Jesus was he was the message. His simple message was just be that of love. Be of love, be kind, be compassionate, turn the other cheek, love yourself as you love your neighbor, love thy neighbor. That means just love. And so when I got these comments on my latest video with Wes Huff and Billy Carson, there was a lot of negativity. And it was really kind of sad because it proved my point. It proved my point about a lot of Christianity in a lot of the churches. I can't say all, but I would say some churches have a strong programming of judgment, and it should always have been from love. So this is why I follow Jesus. I follow what he represented and what he taught. And to lead with love, to lead with compassion, even though it's challenging. I'm not going to say it's easy. It can be very challenging in these times, leading with love, leading with compassion. When people are against you, they don't want to receive your love. They want to judge you. They want to hurt you. They want to condemn you. But that's the message. You still love them regardless, unconditionally, because they don't know. And his message was to lead with love and to be the example. And I feel like he was here to teach us all to do the same. Not necessarily to follow him, but to be like him, to be the example of love, which I believe that God is within all of us, not out. So it's funny because my brother, he's a pastor at a church, and me and my wife got saved through him. And I feel like we've gotten closer because I got saved, and I do believe I gave my life to Jesus. But we haven't really talked about the church yet. And I feel like that's another topic that we need to address. And that's for another video. But I wanted to share this video because it was on my heart. I always share a video that's from my heart. I felt the call to share. And it's why I don't follow the church and I follow Jesus. Very simple. I can't say a lot, but so far what I've seen from some churches, I can't say, I'm not going to do a blanket statement, but some churches I've seen, there's a lot of judgment, a lot of anger, and a lot of hypocrisy. You know, just look at what happened with T.D. Jakes and all these other pastors in church. You know, they getting caught up in crimes and molesting the girls in the church or molesting the boys. There's so much around the church, And I believe that Jesus' message was not to follow the church, but to be that of love. In my opinion, I feel like going to one building to worship God, I feel like it should be everywhere. We should be worshiping God and praising Jesus everywhere, not just in the building, but everywhere. At a park, outside of the grocery store, sharing your love, sharing the compassion with your brother or your enemies. And again, these are my thoughts. I'm on my path. I'm still learning, still growing. But this is why I made this video. So I want to send love to all of you. And remember that Jesus is the way. Love is the way. And thank you for following CYBERYOGA. And, you know, the comments are much appreciated, even the bad ones. I appreciate all. It's still love. I still lead with love and kindness. See you in the next one. Blessings.